Hi, today we're going to read Choo Choo, the story of a little engine who ran away. It's another book by Virginia Lee Burton, the author of Mike Mulligan. Title page. And it's dedicated to her son, Eris. He loved his toy train, so she wrote this story for him. Once upon a time, there was a little engine. Her name was Choo Choo. She was a beautiful little engine, all black and shiny. Choo Choo had a whistle which went woo woo when she came to the crossing. Choo Choo had a bell which went ding dong when she came to the station. And a brake which went swoosh and just made an awful noise. Choo Choo had an engineer. His name was Jim. Jim loved the little engine and took good care of her. He would shine and polish her till she looked like new and oil all the parts so they would run smoothly. Choo Choo had a fireman. His name was Ole. Ole fed the little engine with coal and water. The tender carried the coal and water. Archibald was the conductor who rode in the coaches. He took the tickets from the passengers. Archibald had a big watch. He told the little engine when it was time to start. Choo Choo pulled all the coaches full of people, the luggage van full of mail, and the luggage and the tender from the little station in the little town to the big station in the big city and back again. Choo Choo went through the fields and across the main road when the gates were down. Choo Choo stopped at the little stations on the way to pick up passengers and luggage and mail to take to the big city. Ding dong, and she's off again through the tunnel and over the hills. Down the hills, across the drawbridge, and into the big station in the big city. One day Choo Choo said to herself, I am tired of pulling all these heavy coaches. I could go much faster and easier by myself. Then all the people would stop and look at me, just me, and they would say, what a smart little engine, what a fast little engine, what a beautiful little engine. Just watch her go all by herself. The next day Choo Choo was left alone on the tracks, whilst Jim and Ollie and Archibald were having a cup of coffee in the restaurant. Now's my chance, said Choo Choo, and off she started. Choo 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 choo, choo 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 choo. Choo 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 choo, choo 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 choo. Ding dong, look who! Stop everyone, look everyone, stop, look and listen to me. Choo Choo raced through the fields and she frightened all the cows and horses and chickens. Choo Choo frightened all the people, and some clambered up the steeple. Choo Choo, choo choo, choo choo, choo choo, choo choo, choo. Choo Choo whizzed by the crossings. All the cars and lorries had to put on their brakes so quickly that they piled one on top of another. My, they were cross with Choo Choo. Lorries are trucks. Over the hills went the little engine, faster and faster. She couldn't stop now if she wanted to. The drawbridge was up. Choo Choo jumped and just made it. See, a drawbridge is closed like this and then it opens for the ships to go through because they're too tall to go under it when it's down. And she had to jump over that gap. But she lost the tender. Fortunately, it fell on a coal barge which was passing under the drawbridge. Choo Choo raced on into the big yard in the big city. Swish, swish went the air brakes on the express trains. Poor Choo Choo didn't know which way to turn. Ah, there was a track out, a freight track that ran around the city. Choo Choo took it and escaped. On and on went Choo Choo, out of the city, through the suburbs, and into the country. It was getting dark. She had lost her way. She did not have much coal or water left, as she had lost her tender. Finally she came to where the tracks divided. One track went one way and the other track the other way. She did not know which track to take, so she took the track that went the other way. Here she has to decide. It was an old track that hadn't been used for years. Bushes and weeds had grown between the ties. The trees had spread their branches over it. It was uphill and almost dark now, and this is how the poor tired little engine went. Choo 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 ah 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 choo. And there she sat. In the meantime, when Jim and Ollie and Archibald heard the little engine go by, they jumped up and ran after her. Jim called, "Stop! Stop!" but Choo Choo was too far away to hear, even if she wanted to. Jim and Ollie and Archibald ran and ran till they could run no more. Just then a streamliner train came round the corner behind them. Jim took his red handkerchief and flagged it down. The streamliner stopped. Jim called to the streamliner driver, "Help me catch my runaway engine." "What about my schedule?" said the streamliner driver. "Never mind your schedule," said Jim. "I must find Choo Choo." So he climbed in and Ollie and Archibald followed. Jim took the controls and zoom, they were off. It was easy to see which way Choo Choo had gone. All the cows, horses, and chickens pointed with their tails or heads. The people at the crossing cried out, "She went that way, bring her back." And the people in the town said, "Hurry, hurry, hurry and catch the little engine, the naughty runaway engine, before she does any more harm." What happened to the camera? While waiting for the drawbridge to close, Ollie cried out, "Look, there's the tender in that coal barge." Jim said, "Ollie and Archibald, you stay here and get the tender up. I'll go on and find Choo Choo." Archibald telephoned for the train derrick, and it came. After it came, it didn't take long to get the tender back on the tracks. They all went on to the yard by the big station to wait for Jim to come back with Choo Choo. There's the derrick lifting the tender car out. At last they came to the place where the tracks divided. They didn't know which way to go now. While they were deciding, an old man who used to be a driver when he was young called out to them, "If you're looking for a runaway engine, she's right up that track there, and she won't be far, as it's an old track which hasn't been used for well nigh 40 years." They turned on the big headlight and went slowly up the old track. They didn't go far before they saw the little engine. Choo Choo was so glad to be found that she blew one toot with her whistle. There was just enough steam left for one small toot. Jim took a big chain and ran to the little engine and hooked it on. The streamliner backed down the old track, pulling Choo Choo back to the main track, back through the big city, and back into the train yard where Ollie and Archibald were waiting. They attached the tender and ran Choo Choo into the roundhouse and looked her over to see if any damage had been done. Except for being dusty and tired, she was as good as ever. Jim and Archie and Ollie and Archibald were so glad to have Choo Choo back they danced a jig together. On the way home, Choo Choo said to Jim, "I am not going to run away any more. It isn't much fun. I am going to pull all the coaches full of people and the luggage van from the little town to the big city and back again." The end. Did you like that story? Do you think there's anything we can learn from that story? I wanted to show you, besides thinking about the lesson, I want you to think about all the examples of onomatopoeia that were in this story. Remember, onomatopoeia are words that stand for a sound. So we have choo choo, ding dong, boo. Lots of choo choos. And she used them over and over because it sounded like the train going down the track, didn't it? Okay, I hope you enjoyed that.